This is John and April's Kitchen Table, where we talk about trending topics, and today's subject is Tyler Perry and the BET Awards.
Go ahead and subscribe and click that bell.
All right, let's go.
Congrats to Tyler Perry, who just won the BET Ultimate Icon Award.
Yes, congratulations. That's a big deal.
That was a big deal. I thought that was a perfect person to pick for that.
Yes, and he did an amazing speech last night where he really talked about helping people cross. That was really nice.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
So if you haven't seen the speech yet, definitely look it up, and you'll be able to see him talking about his experience as a youngster. There was a blind man who would sell candy at his school for a living, and this guy wanted to cross the street and nobody would help him, and Tyler Perry helped the guy cross the street and get to the school so that he could do what he needed to do. And that's how he sees his life as a filmmaker. It's really him trying to help other people cross.
Right, and you can see that by him building his studio right in the worst neighborhood in Atlanta.
Right. Yeah.
And that was a big deal.
Right.
And it was also in the same spot where a Confederate Army was.
Right, yeah.
And so...
Yeah, that was kind of a symbolic kind of thing. He's a black man who owns this studio on former Confederate land. And of course, Confederates were really fighting to keep slavery legal.
Right.
And so it kind of was a nice juxtaposition. And it was just a great speech, man. He did an excellent job. And of course, it's a big deal about the Atlanta thing for you.
Yeah, I love that.
Being from Atlanta.
Exactly. I think that's a great thing.
Yeah.
And he's helping people cross as he shows these young black people in that neighborhood that they don't have to stay in the circumstance they're in.
Right. I think he employs some of them. He gives them jobs and things like that. So he's actually helping to build up his community and his neighborhood, which is a really admirable and wonderful thing.
I agree.
Yeah. Also, Taraji, she was talking last night. She was the one that actually introduced him beforehand, and she was saying that he was the first director to actually pay her what she's worth.
Right.
And of course, we know we're living in a time where a lot of women are getting unequal pay for the same jobs.
Yes.
And so in the film industry, you have a lot of actresses who are saying, listen, we're not getting paid the same as male actors, and we're doing the same exact thing that they're doing. And so here's Taraji saying, hey, he actually paid me what I was worth.
Right.
That's a big deal.
And what I like about him is he's not caring about what these other people are saying.
Right.
As far as what he's doing.
True.
You know, he talked about where he said he doesn't care about sitting at the table because he's creating his own table.
That's right.
He's making his own table where he is.
Right,
and I think, that's a good thing because in this, especially in Hollywood, you have a lot of people scrutinizing you for what you do.
Right.
And so he's kind of like, you know what? I'm just going to do my own thing. I'm going to have my own studio, my own table.
Right, exactly.
And I'm going to, do it the way I want to do it.
Yeah.
Pay people the way I want to pay it, hire who I want to hire. And I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's admirable. So it's a big deal. It's nice. The reason we're talking about it and the reason why it makes such an impact on us is because we haven't always been the biggest Tyler Perry fans.
True.
But this, I think, helped us to respect him a little bit more and to think of him on a different plane. I can see how he's using his influence for good to help other people to cross, and I think that's an admirable thing.
Yeah, I definitely have a higher respect for him after seeing that speech.
Yeah, no question about it. Me too. So let's talk about something else, because really think about it. Tyler Perry's movies have almost shaped the way that an entire generation of people have looked at and perceived black families.
True.
And I should say, really, for better or for worse.
Yeah.
Really think about it.
And if you listen to his story, you hear him, which again, I'm so glad I watched that speech because when he talked about going with his mom to play cards and listening to those women talk about their relationships and then going home and watching his mother be abused, it's like you could see, okay, that's why he has these
portrayals of black men the way that he does in his movies.
Exactly. It helps you to see where these stories are coming from.
Yes. I've always been uncomfortable with the negative portrayal of black men in movies. And so for me, watching Tyler Perry's first few, I always felt like, I'm not sure I can get with this. And so that's why I wasn't a huge fan. But if his art is imitating life and he's going based on his experience, I can understand completely why he would see black men in the way that he does. If he had a deadbeat father who was beating his mother all the time, and then he's hearing these women talk about their deadbeat husbands or whatever and the relationships and bad situations they were in, it makes complete sense to me now.
Right. And so those stories came from his life, came from what he heard, came from what he experienced.
That's right.
Which makes it a little bit more powerful to me.
Yes, I agree.
Because it's his story. It's not just made up, it's real. And he was saying that, going and listening to these things, his mother, all of that formed what he is today.
That's right. His whole thing about helping people to cross, it seems like he made his whole life about trying to help other people to make it the way that he has made it. There's a lot of people that make it and then forget about where they came from, forget about the kind of people that they left behind and stuff like that. He clearly is deciding that he's not going to do that. And I think it's largely based on the way that his experience shaped him.
And what I loved too was how he would take what those women said and turn it into a humorous situation for his mom, so that she could laugh. And that's what he's doing with his movies.
He said his mom basically, after she would get beat by his dad, he would go in there and imitate the voices of the women around that card table, and it would make her laugh. And that's what he's trying to do. He's literally trying to take people's negative situation and bring a smile to their face through his art. And I think that's an admirable thing.
It is.
Yeah. So we salute you. We are bigger fans of you now, I guess.
I have much more respect.
Yes. We salute you, Tyler Perry. Congratulations. And we hope that you decide to help somebody else cross.
We should all be doing that.
We should.
Definitely.
All right. See you next time.
Bye.
Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also hit that notification bell to be notified about our next episode.
See you next time.
Bye.